So you have the big super internet companies, these giant monopolies now, coming in and saying, we don't even want you to get to this information. On August 25th, over a month ago, my memory thought it was about 3.5 weeks ago, Doug Hagman, who runs a law enforcement training center in New Jersey, has a lot of amazing contacts I've learned from experience in the decade plus I've been having him on, told us that he was very concerned because from the East Coast to the West Coast to Illinois as well, they had retired police officers and private detectives that he had recruited through a law enforcement organization to go to hundreds of Antifa meetings, and that they were being centrally programmed by executives, very professional, high-ranking people in the community, preparing them for a mass uprising with weapons, including open discussion of killing police officers, open discussion of overthrowing government. Hashtag undercover Antifa, MSM ignores video of Antifa planning stabbing and shooting attacks. Now that's louder with Crowder today. That's up on Infowars.com. But also what's happening is we searched Antifa, listed as terror organization, just 5 minutes ago. And Zach, one of the producers, was able to recreate it. So we're going to shoot a video later and upload this so radio listeners can see it. But Google was trying to not let him go to it, saying this is questionable information, even though it was Politico that he was going to. So they're even penalizing Politico, kind of like they called up this year Forbes. Google executives called them, and I've gotten Google calls before. As soon as I didn't play ball, I couldn't talk to their vice presidents anymore. I never did play ball. But they said, listen, don't write articles critical of this or that or critical of Antifa, or you're going to be delisted as fake news. So you have the big super internet companies, these giant monopolies now, coming in and saying, we don't even want you to get to this information. Now, they said they were going to start doing this to restrict fake news or to tell you, hey, this is questionable content. It's not like you're on your phone and then ask, put in this number so we know you're a human, not a bot. It's beyond that. It's keeping you from sharing virally and quickly even the links. There it is. Google and Facebook take aim at fake news sites. And so I guess that's Politico and the London Independent now. No, they're going to cover for Antifa just like they did in the Arab Spring, covering for Morrissey, overthrowing the government, killing hundreds of thousands of people. They're going to protect it during the October Revolution 100 years later, but this time in America. And then I've got the clip from Doug Hagman in late August saying, we have our sources, they're embedded, we have this. It's been given to law enforcement. And I now know he had this info and gave it to law enforcement and gave it to media. They wouldn't run it. Same thing with Veritas. Same thing with the great folks over at Louder with Crowder. That's their big report that Paul reports on today. The media had this weeks ago. Nightline, all of them. They don't want to show you people saying, we're handing out the weapons, we're getting ready to kill everybody. You're talking like real helter-skelter, Charlie Manson level stuff nationwide. Zach, tell folks what happened when you tried to visit mainstream news sites.
Yes, so I was basically looking up the clip of what had happened just when the first time that CNN was starting to support Antifa, and they were trying to ask a question about what it is before they were designated as a terrorist group. And I remember in New Jersey, the Department of Homeland Security, I believe, was the one who did it. So I went to go look it up on Google, and I got a capture warning by Google basically saying, hey, there's some unusual activity on your Google searches. Please verify if you are a robot or not. So it was very bizarre.
And that's on a desktop computer. We're going to recreate that because it also happened to Allie earlier today. Wow, but boy, was Hagman a month ago not dead on?
No, he was absolutely dead on. He's been I mean, there's been a lot that's been coming out slowly and subtly, and you know, Hagman's had a lot of good people he's been connected to that has been inside, that he has talked to, that I think with the last time he was on, he was showing documentation that he had gathered based on just meetings that they were having, just in terms of just planning massive group rallies to block the cops from getting any support to right-wing activists or people during any of the rallies or anything like that.
It's incredible, and planning violence. We'll be back with that clip.
In ancient times, man roamed the earth in a constant state of hunting or being hunted. Introducing Caveman, where cutting-edge science meets ancient super nutrients. Secure your bottle right now at InfoWarsStore.com.